Shalom, everyone, and welcome to today's scripture with the Ayaba. And today's scripture is Proverbs or Mishlai, chapter 28, verse 9, and it reads as follows: He that turns away his ear from hearing the Torah, even his prayer shall be abomination. Wow. When I read this passage of scripture, and actually I've read it, read this chapter many times, but the past time that I just read it, that verse really, stood out to me. That he that turns away his ear from hearing the Torah or instruction, even his prayer shall be abomination. And I started thinking to myself, how many times have I turned away my ear from instruction? How many times have people in general, have turned their ear away from hearing instruction, from hearing the Torah, and making adjustments in our lives to make sure that we are living according to the instructions and the commandments, the Torah given to the people of Yah by the Most High Yah. And, it got me thinking, is this, hindering my prayer life? And if I have turned my ear away from hearing instruction in different areas of my life, and I'm not being obedient, is my prayer being looked at by Yahuwah as an abomination? And that's why my prayer is not being answered. I'm not following instruction. I'm not hearing what he is telling me to do. And I really started thinking about that, and I started meditating upon that, because there are many different reasons why prayers may not be answered. But when I looked at this, and I'm like, is my prayer being looked at as an abomination? Because I may not be, following instruction. I may not even be hearing the instruction of the Most High Yah, and my ear is turned away in a particular area of my life. And I thought about it, I said, this could very well be happening. So you could be praying, and you can be, going before the Most High and everything, but if you've turned your ear away from instruction, from the Torah, if you've turned your ear away, you're definitely not being obedient. You're definitely not following it. You're definitely not living by it. So your prayer is like an abomination. He's not even going to hear you, because you're not giving your ear to the instruction of the Most High Yah. So you got all of these people that are saying that the Torah, the instruction, it doesn't count. It was, it was for back then. It's done away with. We don't have to follow it. Wow. That's what I started thinking about. I was like, wow. Are these people's prayers, Shalom, Sister Amanda, are these people's prayers being looked at as an abomination? Because they're openly saying, we don't have to follow that. We don't have to do that. The Torah is done away with. The law is done away with. The instruction of the Most High Yah, the commandments of the Most High Yah are done away with. We don't have to follow that today. We're not under the law. We're under grace. That's what they say. And I used to say the same thing. And I was like, wow, it really stuck out to me. And then, I was like, what areas of my life have I turned my ear away? from instruction. And it really started me. I had, take out my spiritual, clipboard, and start doing a spiritual inventory of my own life, and start looking at my own self and start saying, okay, where have I not listened to instruction? Where have I not been following, the commandments of the Most High Yah? Where have I turned my ear away? And how is that affecting my prayer life? How is that affecting, how the Most High Yah sees my prayers? Where is the connection in that? And so I really began to think about that and meditate upon that, and really started looking at how I need to renew my mind in this particular area, because I don't want my prayers to be looked at as an abomination before the Most High Yah, because I've turned my ear away from the instruction from the Torah. So I'm like, I got to think about this. I got to meditate upon this. I got to pray about this. And so in doing that, I'm like, okay, Abba Yah, help me in this area. Help me to see this the way that you see it. Because a lot of times we look at things the way we want to look at it, but we know that Yah's ways, Yahuwah's ways, are not like our ways, and his thoughts are not like our thoughts. Okay? So we've got to learn how to see things from his perspective. And when we start seeing things from his perspective, it's automatically going to change the way that we look at our lives, how we're carrying ourselves, how we're going about, functioning in our relationship with him. Because this is about relationship. This is about our relationship with him. And so, I'm like, he that turns away his ear from hearing the Torah. Do you know how many people don't even want to hear instruction? They don't even want to hear about the Torah. They don't want to read what's in the Torah. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to hear about having to follow it. And they will shut you down. Boom. I don't want to hear it. I've heard people say that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm not trying to hear that. And they treat you like you're an abomination. They treat you like a straight abomination. They don't want to hear it. And that's a manifestation of people, turning their ear away from instruction. And I don't want to be like that. I know that I was like that at one point in time in my life. And I subscribe to that mindset and that mentality that the Torah or certain areas of scripture of the Bible, we didn't have to, that was for somebody else. That didn't pertain to me. So there was a time in my life where I turned my ear away from instruction, from the Torah. And it was affecting me. I didn't realize it was affecting me. I didn't realize how it was affecting me. How it was affecting my prayer life. How it was affecting every area of my life. But I understand that now. And then reading this verse now took on a whole different meaning to me now. And that's probably why it popped off the page the way that it did. So, just take the time out. Can I read Maccabees? Yes, I can, Sister Amanda. I will get to reading Maccabees. I got a couple of other books that I want to do some scripture readings on, but I will read the book of Maccabees because I have read it, and it is an excellent book. So I will be doing scripture readings from the book of Maccabees. Yes, I will. So, think about that. think about the this passage of scripture and pray about it. Pray about it and ask the Most High Yah to show you what He wants you to know and learn and do and obey from this passage of scripture. You know, um, I always tell people that because it's about you going before Him. It's not about you being obedient to any person. It's about you being obedient to the Most High Yah and what He wants you to do and what He's commanding you to do and how He wants you to live. That's what it's all about. And how He views you and how He views how you're living your life. And He ultimately knows whether you have turned your ear away from hearing the Torah, from hearing instruction. He knows that better than anybody else could ever know that. So you go before the Most High Yah in prayer, and He will show you. If you're sincere, if you humble yourself before Him, if you have to, ask Him for forgiveness, ask Him for forgiveness. If you have been turning your ear away, from hearing the Torah, from hearing instruction, and in His mercy, and He is so very merciful, the fact that you and I, or us, are here today living and moving and breathing, is a witness to the fact that He is merciful. Okay? And don't take that mercy lightly or loosely, but go before Him in prayer and, ask for His wisdom and His revelation knowledge concerning this passage of scripture. And He will give it to you. He will give it to you, and He will show you what adjustments you need to make in your life. He will show you. He will show you where you need to renew your mind. He will show you, areas of your life where you haven't been, listening. If you haven't been hearing Him and He's been trying to get a hold of you, He's been trying to get your attention, He's been trying to get you to follow a particular instruction and be obedient in a particular area. So do that today. If you have time throughout your day, you have a few minutes where you can just kind of stow away, and think about this passage of scripture, Proverbs chapter 28, verse 9. I encourage you to do that today and allow the Most High Yah, through His set-apart spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, to minister to you today. Thank you for joining me today. Again, Sister Amanda, Yah bless you. Have an awesome day. And with that, I will leave you with Shalom.